Do you want to know why digital physiotherapy can help you and your recovery? Stick around to watch this video. Hi, my name is Paul and I am a digital physiotherapist, and today we're going to be breaking down the key benefits of digital physiotherapy so that you as the patient can understand why this is such an effective form of treatment and recovery, and why you should consider it the next time you are seeking out help and support with pain or injury. So we're going to break this down into 5 key areas: accessibility, feedback, engagement, cost, and then finally a use case so that you can actually understand what this would look like in principle, because there are a lot of solutions out there and there are a lot of studies and research that have been done which have kind of guided how digital physiotherapy and digital health in general should be prescribed. So stick around to watch the rest of this video so that you can fully understand why this is the best option for you. Benefit number 1 for digital physiotherapy is accessibility and just sheer convenience. So one of the biggest barriers that I often see as the physiotherapist for people coming to get their treatment regularly is just getting there. You know, we all have jobs, we all have commitments, so sometimes we can't even get out of work to make the appointments. We work on the same schedules as you do, so you can't even come after work a lot of the time. So accessibility is huge. I mean, imagine you're in a remote and rural area and you'd have to travel like an hour or two to go see a physiotherapist in clinic. So just that alone is so revolutionary, just being able to do it virtually from the comfort of your own home or from your office or wherever you are, you can access it right away. So that is such an important benefit that you need to consider. If you're going to have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sessions, think about all the travel time and costs and hassle that is involved in that. And then if you take that out and think of it as a digital solution where you just need to take out the time to do whatever it is you're being asked to do, then it is much more impactful. So yeah, that is definitely benefit number 1, accessibility. It is just so easy. You can do it from your phone, it could be an app, it could be a telephone call, it could be a Skype call, Zoom call, whatever. Could just be literally you have the exercises and you fill in some feedback that's sent to the physiotherapist. Like the capabilities are endless and it's just so accessible and it's so fantastic in that sense. The second key benefit is engagement. So what do I mean by engagement? So when we're talking about engagement, I'm talking about you, the patient, engaging in the physiotherapy, adhering to what we do. So a lot of the time as physiotherapists, when you come in to see us in clinic, even if we do anything hands-on, we still always give you something to do. Maybe we give you a list of exercises, we help you with something to do in the gym, we give you some stretches, whatever. The power of leveraging digital physiotherapy and digital tools is whatever we prescribe you, we can actually track it. You know, we can see if you're doing it and you can see if you're doing it and you can track it, and we can set it up so that you get reminders, notifications, so that it's fully customized and personalized to you and what you need to do. So say for example, you've got a sore back and you've been given daily stretches, but you've also been given some strength exercises that you need to do twice a week. There's weights and there's reps and sets, and you've set up the app, and what happens is that when you're supposed to go to the gym, you get a reminder saying, hey, go to the gym. And then when you're in there, you actually fill out what it is that you fill it out to say whether you did it or not, and you describe how you felt, and that physiotherapist on the other end has access to all of that information. So not only do we get more information about what you guys are up to, you actually do more, you participate more. The studies show us that using these digital tools that encourage more engagement from you, the patient, you do the exercises more, you adhere more, and you enjoy the process more, you feel more of a part of it. So yeah, even just for you to engage in it more and feel more a part of it, because sometimes physiotherapy can feel very passive, you know? You come in and somebody just goes, hey, your back's sore, I'm gonna do this, rub it, I'm gonna press here, and then you come back every 2 weeks and then you'll probably be alright at the end of it, you know? It's quite, you know, you're not really involved. But this way it's really active, you're really involved, you can track it, you can see your progress, and we get to see your progress too. So it's just a really engaging experience. So that's another top benefit there. Number 2 is engagement. Number 3 is the cost. Okay, so that one is probably the most obvious, you know. So the costs are, it doesn't matter if it's public or private. If it's private situation and I'm paying for my own clinic space, I've got all that office space, I've got all the equipment that I use, desks, the receptionist, the phone bill, like there are a lot of expenses, the heating, there's a lot of expenses in there which are added into the price that you pay, you know. So whatever you're paying, it's covering all of that, plus then my skills and expertise. So the expenses would come way down if I was doing things digitally. Even if I was just doing digital treatment sessions, talking with you, I could reduce the cost significantly because I don't have those external expenses. I mean, for example, just imagine for a second You go into your local GP practice, you have one initial assessment with the physiotherapist. They tell you what the problem is, they tell you what's going on, and then they basically put that diagnosis into an app that's on your phone, and it gives you the exercise program, and you just have to follow it until you get to the very end, and then you can go again. Like, the cost savings there for a public healthcare system or a private healthcare practice are immense, you know, because instead of having 8 sessions in person, you've reduced it to 2. And then the rest of it is just all done at home, and you can communicate with each other like everything else. So the cost savings are incredible. Another benefit is feedback. So, and not just like, oh, how are you getting on? Think about it like real-time, instant feedback. Again, let's go back to that example of somebody who has the initial assessment in person, and then they've got their rehab plan and they're following it, right? And then the physiotherapist is able to monitor it. So if you're putting in things like how it felt, did it hurt, was it easy, was it hard, I can see what you're up to as the physiotherapist, and I can make changes. That's real-time feedback. If you could put in the app and say that something's too hard, and I see that the next day, then I can make an adjustment. Whereas if you've come in for one session, I've sent you away with that, and you're not going to be coming back for another 2 weeks, that's 2 weeks where you'll be doing these exercises, and they'll be causing you a lot of pain, and I don't even know about it. And then it's 2 weeks later, and I'm like, oh, well, maybe we should stop doing that. But imagine for a second if I could just see you. The first time you did it, you were like, oh, it was this sore, I only got to this distance and I could only do this many reps. I could instantly go, that's obviously far too difficult, let's modify. That real-time feedback, that is immense. So that is gonna speed up the recovery time significantly, because working with your pain under control is so important. So yeah, that real-time feedback, that would be key benefit number 4, is that real-time feedback. And something we forgot to even mention is that you guys, the patients, often report higher satisfaction. So there are a lot of studies out there, which we will get into over the course of this YouTube series and blog series, where we'll actually show you the evidence. But as what we know right now is that, like, when we get to the end of treatment sessions, it is quite often that physiotherapists will ask for feedback, just like any other business or practice in the world. Once it's concluded, you want to know what people enjoyed about it. And this has been a key talking point of all the studies that have been done, comparing traditional physio to digital physio. And more often than not, people say that they enjoyed the digital physiotherapy more. Why? So many reasons. It's probably a mixture of all the things we've just went over. You know, all of those things lead to a higher satisfaction. You know, if you can only see your physio once every 4 weeks, then that might not be very good. That will decrease your satisfaction. If you think the exercises are too hard or too many and you don't have enough touch points with the physio, you can't talk to them, that's going to decrease your satisfaction. If you think it's just so expensive to go see this private physiotherapist, then you're going to be less satisfied. You know, cost is such a huge thing. So yeah, so all of these things make it actually more enjoyable for you, and that is so important. Like, this shouldn't be a painful experience, pardon the pun. You're already in pain. You should at least enjoy the process of recovering from the pain, and digital physiotherapy is shown to be such a good way of increasing and enjoying the process, which is so important. So that is the secret benefit that we didn't even realize that we were going to mention, but we're going to mention it anyway. Exactly, that satisfaction. So you're going to feel better about the whole situation. And to conclude this video, we're just going to keep it very simple, and we're going to go over a use case. You know, what is an example of digital physiotherapy treatment end to end? What does that look like? Because there are so many options out there, and there are so many different variations in the studies that have been done and the evidence that has been shown. So we're going to show you the Pocket Physio way right now. So how does it work? So with us, it's very simple. You come onto the website here, and at Pocket Physio, it works with the app called Physi, and with me. We work together in tandem to help you recover from your injury, from your pain, and get back to that best version of yourself. So what you would do would be, you would come onto the website here. This is just the homepage, and then you see Physi app, start my recovery. Now any of these buttons are good, but let's just go start recovery, skip through some of this, and then there you go. There's a little description of the treatment package, and this just gives you a really good idea of what to expect. So you're going to have an initial assessment within the Physi app. So it's going to ask you all the right questions, just as any physio or GP would on that initial consultation. We've all done them over the phone these days, and even in person. You know what it's like. It's very much question answer. So we've set that up within the app, so that then once you get to the conclusion of that, the app will then analyze the research and stuff and make an initial diagnosis and rehab plan, right? Next step is it's going to say book a call with Paul, that we can go over this initial assessment and diagnosis and rehab plan to make sure that you're happy with it, that I'm happy with it, and the Physio app is doing its job. Right? And then what you're going to do is you're going to go away and you're going to do the work. You're going to follow the rehab plan. You're going to come back every few weeks or whenever you feel like it, talk to the app. It's going to tell you when to do more, when you're ready to do more, or tell you to do less when you're ready to do less. Set those custom notifications so that you can adhere to everything and keep it going. And then once you feel like you're back to that normal level, or you've achieved your goals, because sometimes your goals can be to surpass your previous level of fitness, once you've achieved that goals, you then come on another call with me for a discharge session, so we can go over everything from the initial assessment, from good prevention techniques, anything else that's bothering you, and then just again a little bit of feedback about your experience with us, with Physio, and just how that all went for you. So that is a really simple use case, and you can get all of that for just $55, which again, that comes back to that idea of the cost. Think about that, a complete private physio treatment for just $55. I don't think you'll find that anywhere else. So yeah, that is just a good example of how this can work. So if that sounds interesting for you, just follow the link in the description of this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.